welcome back to another episode of NFT Artist Spotlight, hosted by AstroZero. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.
Today on AstroZero Twitter Spaces, we have an incredible portrait NFT artist who specializes in charcoal and pencil drawing. Good friend all the way from Tunisia, my friend PICA. Welcome to the Spaces. Thanks for coming out and giving some time to the community. I really do appreciate it. How you doing today, man?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me here. It's always a pleasure being here, being around you, man. You give a lot to the community. You push a lot of artists forward to pursue what they want and their passion. So I'm doing great. Being looking for this day, and yeah, it's my moment to feel like a rock star, I guess.
Well, thanks for stopping by. Can you let everybody know a little bit of your background and maybe tell us how art has influenced you throughout your life, and maybe share a little bit about the support system you got where you live as far as becoming an artist?
So yeah, my stage name is PICA. My real name is in Arabic, and it's hard to be pronounced because there's a letter I think it's difficult in Arabic for you to pronounce it. So yeah, I've been using this stage name since 2010. My friends called me Pika because I was drawing a lot. At first they called me Picasso, but it was it wasn't relevant to me because my styles are far away from Picasso. So because I love him, I just kept the four first letters. I came all the way from Tunisia. It's a small country in North Africa. To be honest, it was difficult to be a full-time artist. First, because my family situation. My family never approved me as an artist. Especially my mom. My mom never went to school, so she believes that educational system is the only correct way. So I was that type of kids who draw a lot and draw everywhere. I was drawing on the walls, on the papers, on the desk, the windows, wherever I can find an empty space, I just draw there. So I was getting punished all day long until I was forced to quit drawing for about 5 years. Ironically, I went back to drawing. After that, what helped me was hip hop music. I was influenced a lot with hip hop music, especially Tupac and Biggie, and the whole crew like Nas, Ice Cube, Eminem, and it was also Queen band, especially Freddie Mercury. I was in love, I loved Freddie Mercury, and my girlfriend even made me love him more. So they inspired me to go out and fight for my dream, pursue what I want to do with my life. Ironically, I'm 28. I got a master's degree in mechanics, but now I was working in a factory, and I decided to quit because I was angry, and I was forced again to be away from my art. So it wasn't unfair, and I decided to quit and stick to the art. So yeah, this is basically the whole thing about me.
It's got to be pretty hard, when you're doing something that you love, even as a kid, and then, like you said, your mother refused to support, the idea and allow you to pursue your dreams. That had to be kind of difficult on you, growing up, right? Had to kind of mess with your head a little bit, I think.
Well, it did. It put me in a zone where it's it feels the same when you're poor, but you come across the street shop, and you see the outfit you want to wear so bad, but you can't afford it. So the only thing you can do is keep looking at it. So it was similar. I was seeing my dream, I was looking at my dream fading away in front of me, and I wasn't able to do anything because after all, this is my mom. Here in our culture, the mother is a goddess, you gotta worship her after God. So yeah, well, whatever your mom says, you gotta do it. But luckily, I was able to convince her, like in the last years, especially because dad was like easy to be convinced. My dad was like, listen, kid, if you're making like money out of it, do it. So and Dad was more like supportive with his words because every time he goes in, I'm making a commission for a client, like creating a portrait or a painting for them, or even a logo. He's like, especially the pencil drawings. He's like, kid, this is super amazing. Like your drawing is better than the real like photo. And I was like, yeah, thanks, Dad. But my mom was never like, she never understood it. So until now, like I'm doing fine, but she couldn't understand it. I'm always here, like sitting, like talking. She thinks I'm crazy, like because I talk all the time on Twitter and spreading, like sharing my stories and stuff like that. So I can't. To be honest, I can't blame her because like 3 months ago or 4 months ago, I went to a psychotherapist, and I talked to him about the whole thing, about the whole my whole like experience, about my whole traumas, my whole like complexes, and he was like, "Kid, you're being harmful. You're harming yourself. You're being too hard on yourself. Like, forgive yourself, accept yourself, and then you will forgive your parents. Because if you can't forgive yourself, you won't be able to forgive your parents. Because I'm so hard on myself. Like whenever people like see something I create, they was like, "Damn, that's amazing," and I was like, I see always something missing. So uh, being a perfectionist is something hard for me. So going to a psychotherapist was helpful for me because I'm taking things easier now. I'm taking it lighter, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard for, you know, children growing up, especially like from the adolescence age, and you start growing up, and your parents kind of set out some sort of expectation for you for the most part. And I think it's safe to say, like, if you have good parenting in your life, that your parents want you to do better than they did as adults growing up, and they want you to succeed more so than they did. So I think we put a lot of unnecessary pressure on us, but our parents do the same thing. Like at the same time, like for myself, an example is myself. Like when I went to college and I was going to become a school teacher, and growing up, my mother, she worked for a telephone company as an operator, and my father was a bus driver. And telling them that I wanted to become a school teacher, they were so proud, and they were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, my kid's going to be a school teacher." And I was working at a supermarket as a part-time job, and then I ended up quitting college because I got an offer in the supermarket to move into management where I would be making more money as a school teacher. And even though I was making more money than what a school teacher would, they were so disappointed. And like I had to hide it from them. I lied to them for a full semester to pretend like I was still going to school when I wasn't going to school. And when they finally found out, they were so pissed off and disappointed at me. But as time goes on and you prove to them that you're doing okay and you could survive as an adult, I think it kind of like dissipates a little bit. So even if you feel like that currently, I think with time your parents are going to kind of ease into it a little bit and feel a little bit better about it. So like I'm trying to say is don't be so freaking hard on yourself, man. Don't beat yourself up over stuff like that. It's not worth it. It's not going to help you. So are you doing art now as like a full-time job? Is that like what you're doing primarily for a source of income?
Before I answer your question, I'm gonna tell you a funny thing. So, as I said, I have a master's degree in mechanics, and my specialty is like plastic products and products with fiberglass composites. Composite materials. So I was like specialized in working with a software called Katia. This software is used for engineering and creating like pieces and stuff. It's a well-developed software I was working on, and whenever I try to explain like my parents come inside and say, and they like, so what have you studied? What's your degree? And I explain it to them, and they like, oh, so you create bottles, plastic bottles. And I was like, no, 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 not just the plastic bottles. Why you have to like make it so ridiculous? And they're like, then what you do? And I'm like, look at the car. You see the dashboard? That's plastic. You see like the steering wheel? That's plastic. You see that? That's plastic. You see the door? That's plastic. So I try to tell them like the different pieces and show them to make them explain that, make them understand what I was doing. And at a certain time, I told them just say whenever anyone asks you, just say he creates parts for cars and airplanes, and that's what they did.
That sounds a lot more professional, right? Than he makes plastic bottles. You could be like, my kid creates airplanes, like real airplanes. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I kind of have to explain it in that way so they can understand that. Like, let me be.
So has this like where I was getting is art your full time job now? Are you still doing you know the plastics and stuff like that, or are you just going like straight art now and that's your primary source of income?
Well, I'm generally I'm a self-taught like person. I believe in self-learning. So art, like I'm a self-taught artist. Like, and I've never been to an art school, and I was always exploring on my own. I haven't read about the art history. I haven't read about the mediums. I was like, I go to the art like supply shop. I ask him, what's that? He says this, and it does this and this and this. Bring it on. So I go home. I try it. If it works for me, I keep it. If it doesn't, I throw it away. Until now I'm good with I guess three styles, which is like pencil portrait, acrylic painting, and Arabic calligraphy. Because here we speak Arabic, so I took the Arabic calligraphy and created my own style. For now, well, after I quitted my job at the factory, I sit home and if you know the website Skillshare, I bought the membership and I started like learning Adobe Illustrator, a little bit of Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, After Effects, and I was uh, uh, I was able to get a job like as a video maker and motion designer. And in fact, I'll be starting today. I'll be starting tomorrow in the job. I've been like out of job from September until now. So yeah, I've been art was my main source of income.
So how did you go about finding about NFTs, and how long ago did you mint your first NFT and get your first sale?
So NFTs, I started hearing about them since I guess January, February 2021. So I was seeing these numbers. I was seeing like, and I'm like a huge fan of Gary V. You know, even though he's a crazy, but he drops gems. So I've been watching Gary V a lot, like for 4 years, I guess now, 5 years. So he been talking about like NFTs, and I was even there when he dropped the Gary V's. He set the date. It was 5/5/2021, and he been talking about it a lot in his videos and his like social media. So yeah, you can say I've been like doing the research about NFT for a whole year, and it took me until like the last month. Like I started in January, I guess it was 5 or 6 of the month I started. You can say I have 1 month in the NFT and Twitter.
So what's been like the most difficult part about getting into NFTs? I know you have your NFTs listed on Polygon. Now, was it difficult to try to understand the concept of switching your ETH over into wrapped Ethereum and then launching it on like Polychain, or is it just creating a MetaMask so you could actually get paid for your artwork? What was like difficult? Because I really, we were talking earlier today in our Telegram about, the things that this space is lacking the most, and education seemed to be the one thing that like popped up the most for us. So I was curious how you felt as far as that goes. Is there any type of learning curve that you encountered as an artist that maybe, our marketplace and our community could possibly help solve?
So to put it in a good way, I would say that like artists, like usually what they have, artists like they have this mindset of I just need to create art. I don't have to go like market myself and talk about myself, talk about my art. But that doesn't work. Like no one is gonna do it for you if you can't do it for yourself. So for me, it was like no one was able to like do it for me. So I had to do it myself because no one ever understood what I have as an idea. So what I was doing, um, I jumped into Twitter, like because Instagram there's nothing much like in there, and Facebook. Most of my like friends, they are from my country, and most of my friends, they don't even know what the NFT is, so they don't know. Like there is a lack of information, so I jumped to Twitter. Um, I was never a fan of Discord. Like I don't even know how to like. I've never understood how it's used because it's too much channels, too much information. So it was Twitter. I kept, I guess, like 2 or 3 weeks, let's say, before I. It was 2 weeks before I dropped a collection. Like it was a small collection of 3 pieces. So it was always YouTube. Like YouTube was my best friend, Google as well. So I just go to YouTube how to create an NFT. So you will find that you need two main things. You need a wallet and you need an account in OpenSea. So the OpenSea will drop the artwork, and the wallet you will get the funds or the selling. So I was like following the steps, how to create a MetaMask, how to create an OpenSea account, and I kept following. Like I watched videos how to do that. So I did that, and then I jumped on Twitter, asking people how to create a collection, how to like drop, what to do, like what's the best strategy, what shall I name this, what should I do that, what's the pricing. So I kept asking. I'm a curious person, like even in life. So I kept asking question, and there is a lot of people like who helped me since day one. If I can name them here, I would say there is Liz Lily. She helped me. There is Ishika. There's you, Elon. There's Manpreet. Dudi, he's a Tunisian guy who lives in Qatar. He lives in the Gulf. So these people helped me to understand more, like because I've been asking and they were like happily answering me.
Yeah, I mean the community that exists for NFTs on Twitter Space, and I'm not just saying blockchain specific. In total, ETH, Solana, you know, Polygon, Avalanche, all of them as a whole are some of the most supportive and helpful people I've ever spoken to. Usually, like you ask people stuff online, and it just turns into like uh, a shouting contest and people just talking shit and trolls and everything like that. And you don't really get. I mean, they exist. I'm not saying that they don't exist, but there's definitely not nearly as many in Twitter spaces as far as helping artists and stuff that are anywhere else. We're talking with PICA right now. If you haven't followed him, please follow him and check out his OpenSea link. He's a Polygon artist. He's doing pencil and charcoal portraits on his OG collection on there. And I'm telling you, it's the closest thing to a photograph that you're ever going to see as far as a, a, a drawing could ever be. It's absolutely incredible. I have one pinned up top as well if you guys want to look through it. Just some awesome work. What how long does it take you to create something like this? And do you kind of set your floor prices for your art according to the amount of hours that it takes to work, or just from what you think the piece is worth?
So you asked me about like the time and the price. So about the time it depends because now I'm gonna talk about. Let me just like open. I need to find the word because I only know it in French because we're French speaking country. So usually it takes me from 30 to 50 hours, like when it's in pencil. And I usually work on a A3 dimension like paper. It's in centimeter. It's 42 by 30 centimeters. It's an A3 paper. It takes me like, let's say, sometimes I would say it takes me less because at a certain point I was some took me 6 hours, I would say, consecutive straight like 6 hours because a client asked me to on a Saturday night to finish it because he needs it in a Sunday morning. So I finished it in about 6 hours, and yeah, I priced him double because he pressured me like a lot, and I had to put him before other clients. So, but technically, like usually it takes me between 30 to 50 hours. Depends on how many details I have in the drawing. Like for now, I have this commission from a friend. He lives in New York, I think. He sent me his wife's portrait. He wanted as a photograph, so as a picture, so he can mint it, so he can convince her to get into the like the NFT world. It took me about let's say I started it on Thursday, and I finished it last night. I only have one necklace, like she's wearing a necklace. That's the only thing left. But it took me 2 days to finish like everything, and 1 day to finish her shirt. She's wearing a lace shirt, and it's super difficult to focus on the details. So I would say put 8 hours or 10 hours. I would say yeah, it took me about 30 hours in general. About the pricing is pretty much fixed for the clients here in Tunisia because uh, at a certain like moment I'll be quitting creating pencil portraits. So I kept like a fixed price for everyone. I do the every portrait is framed. So yeah, I just create like small sizes portraits with like high details. I like fixed the price since it was a price at 2016, then it went higher at 2018, and 2020 I to the like late 2019 I took it even higher. So now because I've been like uh, ameliorating the quality, it became better. The paper like I'm buying is better. The product is better, and it's more detailed. Like it's highly detailed pencil portrait. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is for the pencil drawing. About the paintings are I price them according to the dimensions and the details because when it comes to like acrylic paintings, I don't really want people to put me in a frame like paint this and paint that because acrylic like dries super fast and you gotta be faster, so you gotta be supersonic to over the like to beat that. So I usually tend to create paintings that I enjoy doing them, so it doesn't like bother me when the acrylic dries super fast. So yeah, it depends on the client as well because the client is like, sometimes when a client doesn't have money, I just do it for free.
Now, the collection that you have up on OpenSea, you have Biggie, Tupac, Freddie Mercury, and Ice Cube. Are these like just one of one prints, or are you doing like copies of them? Are there like 20 Tupacs out there, or is there just one Tupac available?
No, it's just one. So whoever gets it gets it. Regarding my personal my pencil portraits or my acrylic paintings, they will be dropped one on one. I just got my foundation invitation, so I'll be dropping everything that I create with my hand there. And as we spoke like before, I have a small collection. It's 25 pieces. I'll be dropping it on OpenSea.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. You're gonna be releasing a collection that has something to do with mental health, and I don't know if you really want to talk about it yet, but I'm gonna put you on the spot. What's the collection going to be like? It's going to be one of one, and what do you have for plans as far as like the proceeds and stuff go with the project?
So yeah, it's a one-on-one. It's a small collection, as I said, because the second utility will be like an obstacle for me. So I decided to make it like a small collection. So I'll be talking about the project right away. So we were talking about in a space. We were talking about mental health, and like generally, the subject was why people are super focused on the Web3 and the development of the like metaverse and stuff like that, and they are forgetting about like the real life, like the real deal. So I jumped out there and I was like, guys, like if you ever made money, just go out there and give back to the community, give back to the society, be like an active member, like help poor families, help animals, like plant trees, clean beaches and seas. So we should be like saving our planet first, because if the planet Earth doesn't exist, like none of this will ever exist again. So I was like raising awareness about that, and once I said that artists are the first soldiers out there who should like turn the world into a better place, someone just jumped in and was like, "Oh, so you're just talking? Go do something about it." And I was like, "I'm gonna challenge you. If I drop the collection and whoever buys it, whoever like buys one NFT, I will donate on their behalf to a poor family. And not only that, but I will be sending them a personal portrait. They will send me their photo or a photo of someone they love, and I will create a portrait for them and send it to them." And the reason why I want to donate with this project, I'm gonna talk now about the two utilities. So why I want to donate, like growing up and becoming more mature, I started to work with associations. It's this specific association that I'm working with right now. It's called Humanity Without Borders. So whenever I sell my artwork and I have extra cash, I just go out there and donate it, like give it to them. And if I don't, I just go and do the physical work. Like if they ever need to, like, because they get like funds and they raise funds and stuff like that. So they buy food and clothes to the poor families. So I go with them and give it to them and stuff like that. Excuse me. Why I want to donate to these poor families, because I've seen a lot of terrible stuff. I've seen kids, they are 10, 12 years old, quitting school just to go to work and to provide food because they have a disabled parent, or their like situation doesn't allow them to go study. So I want to change that. Like even if I save 5 or 10 kids, that would be a huge like push for me as a person, not just an artist. So I wanted people to share that with me and to do that with me, because if I do it right now and it works, I'll be doing more. I'll be encouraging other artists in my country to do the same, and they will give to to the society. And not only this, but it will be an inspiration for other artists around the world to do the same. So if everybody like goes out there and help their hood or their like city, it will become better. Like it's an inspiration, and the word spreads out, and it becomes like I want to be a good example for these kids and for other people. Like the second part where I give the pencil portrait is the why I do art. Like in the first place, why I'm doing art. This is like this is something that my girlfriend used to tell me. She said, every time you create something, I want to kiss your hands. And I was like, why would you do that? She was like, because these hands are spreading happiness. They are giving people hope. Because I've did exhibitions in private spaces because there is a lot of spaces that refuse to host me because I don't have a degree in fine art. They consider me as a like you're a street artist. We don't accept that kind of art here. Um, so my girlfriend used to tell me this like your art makes people like feel something. And I once read this in a book, or I think it's a quote. Art is not supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to make you feel something. And I want to share happiness. I want to create happiness. I want to give people a reason to be happy and to smile. Because I can tell you one thing. I've did a lot of commissions, especially for ladies, and they have the same reaction every time. It's the tears of joy because they like, especially the woman, like they're always criticized in the society. They're always suppressed, and whenever like a lady see herself as an artwork, she believes that she's the most beautiful girl in the world. So that gives her a lot of like hype, a lot of good energy, a lot of good vibes, and keeps her moving and motivated to achieve her dreams. So, and you know, like here in my city, it's a like conservative society, so it's terrible for ladies. Like it's really terrible. And doing that, like, and pushing them and inspiring them through that artwork, it gave me this idea to like spread it more and include it into the NFT project.
Now, I'd like to talk about mental health for a minute because I know that's a very large portion of this project and the meaning behind it. Now, culturally, I could speak for where I live. You know, it's getting more accepted where, you know, it's okay to say that you're not okay. How is it in your country and in parts of Africa? Is it still kind of stigmatized when somebody has a mental health problem that coming out and talking to your family about it or talking to your friends is kind of looked at like you're a crazy person or that there's something wrong with you and people have to kind of hide it and they can't really share it with other people without being shamed? Or is it something that's kind of getting a little bit more accepted now where you live?
So this will I will have to go back to the way I was raised, like to the whole thing related to the society. So in my society, there'd be like, you're a man, you're not supposed to be crying. You're a man, you're not supposed to be wearing like that. You're a man, you're not supposed to say that. You're a man, you're supposed to do that. You're a man, you're supposed to provide. So as a man, we grow up with a lot of complexities, and it was like suppressing out a lot. Like you see in like every time here, my mother, like, we have this word here in Tunisia. It's called gohdi. Gohdi means someone who never speaks, like who never talks about anything. Who's like, whenever he's like around like the family, he's like a piece of wood. Zero feelings, zero talk, zero reaction, zero anything. So my mother used to say that all the time because she always compared me to my other like brothers, and she's like, "You never talk about your problems. You never talk about anything. What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Because I don't want you. You won't like understand me either way." So, and like growing up, I lost a lot of friends. Why so? Because I wanted to improve, and they wanted to stay like under the umbrella of society. Because here in this society, like, what's the ideal image of a man: get a house, get a job, get married, have kids, and then die. That's it. That's the ideal life for in the society. I think it's in the entire world, but here it's a lot because you feel like when you're going to marry, you feel like you're going to you feel like the parents of the girl are selling her, because they ask you, bring this gold, bring that, bring the house, bring that, bring that. Unless you don't have all of this, you won't like have the girl. So the society will always tell you, oh, you need to do that and do that and do that. You need to get a loan. You need to like make a lot of money. You need to buy the girl this like gold so you can marry her. And there's always suppression, like a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. And luckily, I was able to like eliminate those like that type of friends, because as Hobson, he's a rapper, he says about bad friends: just cut the bad fruit of the tree, make the sacrifice. So I did the sacrifice, and I cut the bad fruit from my life tree, and now I like barely have 5 friends, like 5 closest friends, and I only tell two of them like my main problems. So one of them is my girlfriend, the other is my homie. So there's only 2 people who knows almost all my secrets. So I kept it like that, like, but around people I never talk. So whenever I'm around people, what I always try to do is spreading like good vibes and make them energetic and push them forward and talk about like their dreams. So because people like they've been telling me a lot about their problems, and I was like, bro, if you're gonna keep talking to me, like if you're gonna keep sending me those bad vibes, like I'm not gonna hang out around you ever again. And they're like, the next time they keep talking about the bad vibes. So okay, I'm not ready for that, brother. I'm cleaning my energy, I'm cleaning my vibes, I'm like meditating, I'm praying, I'm doing a lot of reading and studying about the mental health and about like how to become a better person, a positive person. So I took time to work on myself, to get out of that phase, to get out of that chain, to get out of that matrix. And now I'm feeling better because I'm able to learn more, I'm able to read more. I recently read this book. It's called Ikigai. It talks about this concept in Japan about being happy while being busy. And I was super amazed with the concept. So I'm trying to like take quotes from it and applying it in there in my life. And it really helped me a lot. I can say I'm a big fan of Japan culture.
Yeah, I think it's important that people begin to realize that you don't need to have 1,000 fair weather friends. It's good to have like a close group, like you were saying, that you could really talk to and be yourself around and talk about your issues and stuff like that. I mean, it's good to have friends, but I mean, do I really need a million friends? Probably not. I think that would cause a little bit more issues, at least in my life. Now
I can add another point to this, because another reason why I've been cutting off people from like making the circle smaller is because my respect to everyone out there, but I don't drink alcohol. I hate alcohol, and I promised my mom that I will never drink alcohol in my life. And I hate smoking weed because it gives me paranoia. So people been like, brother, you're doing this sick art, you should try it, like you should try creating art while you're on LSD, THC, like DMT, while you're under alcohol. I was like, no, I don't. There's no rule in the book of being an artist that mention this.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to create too good of artwork if you're smoking DMT. I don't know if that's really ever going to happen. You might create some crazy artwork in your brain, but I don't know if it's going to go to paper.
No, because I have this concept. I call it like painting with fresh feelings. Like I like to draw when I'm sober. You know why? Because I'll put the fresh feelings. I'll put the feeling as it is into the canvas, and I'm sure people will feel it. That feeling will go out of that canvas and go straight to your soul. Like it will touch it. It's guaranteed. Whenever you see a piece of my artwork, like because people are seeing it here, like in these platforms, Instagram, my website, Twitter. But if you see it like from you, like when you hold it between your hands or you're seeing it hanging in a wall, you will understand what I mean. So yeah, it's I believe what I'm doing is harder than doing it on any substance. So yeah, I'll keep to that. That's why that was one of the reasons why I was cut in France. The people who will like hold you back, because you never know, like if you ever go under one of that, you will get addicted and you lose a lot of years trying to recover. So
Oh,
yeah.
believe me, I know I know that one very very well. So in Tunisia, are there a lot of people getting into NFTs, or are you pretty much the only person that you know of where you live that's starting to take this journey?
Well, I don't know. There is a study. I don't know if it's correct or not. But in Tunisia, there is. It's a small country. There is 12 million people like living here, and the study said that 11,000 are aware of NFT or crypto, and they are into NFT or crypto. I think there's less than 1,000, or let's say 5,000 into the NFT.
That's really scary to me that it's such a small percentage. What do you think that we could do in order to get more awareness brought to this? Because I'm not really sure what us as a community, us as artists, us as just people could really get the word out. People could change their lives with crypto and NFTs. What do you think we have to do in order to get some awareness here?
Well, brother, I'm gonna tell you why people are not into NFT. First of all, people are still like think that Instagram, being famous on Instagram and TikTok is the hype, is the most like highest level of being like famous. So they don't have this idea of like making it in the shade, making it like while you're not known. So that's first. Second, people are not like aware of a lot of things because they don't go do the research. I would say there's only 10% of the, let's say 20% of the population who like have access, not have access, they have brains to go search and learn, and because no one like generations are becoming like terrible at this stuff. Um, Third is because of the laws. Like everyone is scared. The law are the laws forbid the like possessing crypto. You might it's I know someone, he got caught mining, and he entered jail for money laundering. Another guy, he was working with Amazon Merch, if you know the website, like where he drops his design, and for every T-shirt sold with his design, he get a commission. So he got like about around 6,000, like $6,000, and he transferred it to his account here in Tunisia. And they caught him in jail for money laundering. And when they set him loose, they set him free. They took off the money, and he was like, "Why would you do so?" They said, "Because you don't have the right to work with a foreign company." So I'm showing you like type of rules. The other thing is this country, we can say it's ruled by a mafia, if you can say, like businessmen, powerful businessmen doesn't want like little kids to make money. They just want them to be like in their matrix. They want them to go to the college, get a degree, and work in one of their factories or society or enterprise. So yeah, it's a whole loop. It's a whole like detrimental system to the youth.
So we're talking with PICA here. Really fantastic portrait artist. Does pencil and charcoal drawings. If you guys haven't already, please follow him. Check out his OpenSea page. Some really fantastic art on there. Now, your OG collection that you have on linked in your bio here on Twitter, are you going to be creating additional pieces for it? And if you are going to be adding more musicians or rappers, can you share maybe one or two of them that you have in your head that you might decide to drop as the next piece of the collection?
Well, I think it's a wrap for that collection because that collection represented a period of my life, and like the artists out there, as I said, those artists helped me to go through my trauma and that 5 year pause from art. And I decided as a thanks for them to draw them. And then I decided that my journey into NFT is to should start with them. So now, as I said, I'll be dropping this small collection because I want like to help community here, and I want people to be happy, and I want them to have a piece of my art, and that's why I'm fully focusing on dropping this project. I'll be like releasing it very soon, maybe within a week or two. So people would get a piece of my art. I want like my art to be at every house if that is possible. So I'll be focusing on that. After that, I think I'll be dropping a small collection on Foundation. It's fully dedicated to women because I'm a big supporter of women, and I'm seeing a lot of suppression on them. And for me, I consider women as a goddess, and I consider them like to as a beautiful creature who like whatever they touch, they make it sacred. They make it like beautiful. So even I will share like a story. I have an artwork. I have a story of I have a pencil drawing with I drew the Medusa. You know Medusa, right?
Yep, I know Medusa.
Yeah. So I have I recreated the whole situation. I was like, what if why like everyone seeing Medusa as she did something bad? Why isn't she considered as a victim? Because if you read the story, you will see that she didn't want to do what Poseidon did. So she I put her like I showed her as this like kind girl who wants to be who just want to be loved like and being cherished. So yeah, you'll be seeing that artwork dropping soon on Foundation.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. You must have a very lucky girlfriend, by how you speak so highly of women. And you're making us, all the guys here, look pretty bad by the way you're talking, so cut it out.
No, brother, no. Actually, I broke up with her like in late November, because she kind of got confused in her journey in life, and I was only supporting her, but she said that you strangled me because I was too good to her. I was nice and stuff like that. I was trying to take care, and I was trying to eliminate the things that will distract her from focusing on her goal. So yeah, she kind of got it, like misunderstood the situation. We kind of broke up, and lately she asked for like forgiveness and if we can go back together and stuff like that. So I was like, like you stay in your space. We'll be like meeting and stuff. So you stay in your space, work on your own. I'll stay in my space, work on your own. I'll motivate you and help you if you need, and you'll motivate me if I need you. But we can't like. It's like we're together, but we're not together. I just told her that I want to see improvement in you. Like I don't want to like the whole loop of like the breakup, the heartbreak. the sleepless nights like to be repeated, because I've been through hella stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, understood. Um, is are you
By the
open?
way, painting, like the cat painting, I did it I painted it after a breakup. That was back in 2017, I guess. I did it after a breakup.
It's an awesome piece of work. Do you do commissioned work for people? Like if somebody in the space here was looking for you to do like a portrait of somebody in their family, like for myself, if I wanted you to do like a portrait of my nephew, are you open to do stuff like that, or are you just too busy now to do commissioned work?
Yes, yes. Commissions, collaborations. Even if someone is an artist who have a struggle, like who wants to know like a certain technique, a certain medium, I'll be gladly answering them. I'm always trying to share what I know. Like I don't want to keep the information within me. I want to share it out there. So if anyone wants a piece of my artwork, then why not?
That's good to know. Um, are you hosting or co-hosting Twitter Spaces now? Because I saw something on your Twitter saying that you were helping out doing some co-hosting.
Actually, yeah. So Manpreet, she created this space, and I was talking in the space. She said like, why don't you help me? And I helped her, and it was super amazing. She likes it, and she said, I'm gonna make you my permanent co-host, like because she was like talking. I was the guy who asking like technical questions, and if anyone like they drop something, I would like give them proposition, like someone someone he's from Scotland, so he been talking about his art and stuff like that. He makes doodles, so I proposed to him to watch like Mr. Doodle. He said that he met him, so I told him that he should try mixing two styles, like doesn't keep the doodles alone. He should be like creating something like where the doodles are coming out of it, or being like rolling around it or something like that to make it more vivid and more dynamic. And I told him he should like put the Scandinavian culture out there to the world so people would understand it through the art, because it's a very beautiful culture. So because I read a lot about cultures and stuff like that, so I watch a lot of videos and series, and so yeah, I want people to share that, to share their background, to share their stories, their history, their like civilization stuff, when it's like fully of stories, like the Scandinavians, the Vikings. There's the Vikings. There's the Scotland as well. They have like these fantasies. So it's super amazing to share that, and it was like an amazing experience for me to co-host a space for the first time. So yeah, she said I'll be doing it, and like I'm becoming her permanent like co-host. So yeah, I'm just trying to spread the good vibes out there to the world.
That's awesome. I remember the one of the first times that you came into Spaces, you talked about your project, and then I think the following day when you came in, you had said that, I just sold my first NFT, and you were super excited about it. So it does work. People just have to come up and talk about what they have going on, and the next thing you don't know who's listening in the crowd. So it's yeah. I was super happy for you when that happened, when you had announced that.
Brother, I couldn't sleep that night, but I had like this like dilemma, because my parents like they come to visit me, so they were in the next room, and I wasn't like able to scream out of joy. And I live in this apartment where I have neighbors below me, so I couldn't jump out of joy. So I was punching the pillow out of happiness. I was like, I hold the pillow in my like, and I was screaming, covering my mouth to not make. It was two a.m. and everyone was asleep. So it was like I was so hyped up. Like I kept the energy for, I guess, for 2 years. I stayed with the energy, like the hyped energy, for 2 days. Like I kept it for 2 days. Everyone was like, I remember like I went to meet my friends. They were all kind of depressed, and I was like, what's wrong with you? They say, everyone is talking like I have this problem, I have that problem, I don't have da da da. So I was like, motherfuckers, I just sold my first NFT, like, and I was spreading the happiness. And I was like dancing with them, talking to them, like throwing jokes in the air, and I changed the whole mood. So it got me hyped up. And the funny thing is, you know how it happened? So I was in this space, and someone said that you got the Ice Cube image as a banner. Is that an NFT? I was like, no, brother, I haven't like dropped it yet. And it was Liz's space. So Liz, she was like, then what are you waiting for? Go drop it. So I went to drop it. The next thing is I was talking about my story, about my collection. Someone bought the Tupac drawing. Like, that's the funny part.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. You know, we're heading towards the top of the hour, Pika. I got one last question before we wrap up, and it's the question I ask every guest. And where do you see your artwork and your NFTs a year from now?
Well, brother, this is something that I learned. I don't put like a a vision in the future, because I think it's wishful thinking. It's type of wishful thinking. So I keep it day by day or month by month. So I put like my goals and like small goals, and I try to achieve them. Like it's a step at a once. So as for NFTs, as I said, the big vision for NFTs is that it's a tool for me to help as many poor families as possible. That's first. Second is to spread love, encouragement, and good vibes to as many people there as possible. So I would call myself like a minister of happiness into NFT. That I want to be called as that, the minister of happiness of NFTs. I want people to be happy. I want them to feel good when they see my artwork. I want them to feel inspired with my stories, with my sacrifice. Um, because like I spent like more than 15 years in the construction. I was working on the weekends, on the holidays. In the summer, I wasn't going to the beach. I was working, like I was busting my ass off to get some money so I can afford like buying my books and my pencils and my clothes and stuff like that. So I want people to be inspired with my story, with my journey, to create what they want, to pursue their dream. This is what I want. This is like my highest goal. Like anything else, I'm just going with it. Like I do the work and leave everything else to the universe, because the universe has its own way of making like things come up your way. I believe a lot in the law of attraction. If you believe in something and you work for it, the universe will make a way for that thing to come to you. So whatever you're thinking of, like always keep the good energy, the good vibes, the good thinking, and drop the wishful thinking, because it will make you depressed. Do the work, like keep the hustling, and let everything else to the universe. This is my vision in life. I live with that.
Well, I want to thank you for giving your time to us today and talking to the community, Pika. Really a good message that you sent over to us. If you guys haven't followed Pika yet, please follow him here on Twitter and check out his OpenSea page. I mean, some really amazing stuff. Has a new collection coming out very, very soon. It's going to be benefiting people with struggles with mental health. And any help you need along the way, man, you could reach out to me and I'll shoot out tweets and retweet for you and try to get the word out about your project, because it's for a very good cause. And I just want to thank you for coming out. Appreciate your time. Thanks everybody for coming out to the space. Any last words, Pika?
Well, thank you so much for having me here, Elon. You've been like a great inspiration, a great help, a great support for me and for everybody else in your space. These AMAs are so important. So for everyone listening out there, because for me as an artist, I love storytelling. So I jump into spaces to hear people's stories. That might inspire me to create like a new artwork. So maybe my story will inspire you to pursue your dream, like to do that, to take that one step, that one leap of faith. I thank you so much, brother. I thank everyone here for taking some time to hear from me and to listen to me. And
Did you just get rug pulled at the very end? I think you did just get rug pulled at the very end. Unbelievable. Can you believe this? I'm going to send a complaint letter out to Jack Dorsey. I don't even think he takes those complaint letters anymore. Well, anyway, PICA, I just want to thank you for stopping out here. And he did get rugged. He got rugged on his final thought. Who would have thought? Oh, here he comes. He's back up. Let's let him finish. Go ahead, PICA. You got rugged there for a minute. Are you there, PICA?
His image is probably just here, and he's there he is.
That's all right. I was making fun of it. I kind of kept the room going. We heard most of it, but
that was so embarrassing. Like it's like, okay, I'm not gonna share my vision right now, but yeah, thanks so much. Thanks you, Elon. Thanks to everyone who stopped here and listening to my story. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, please DM me, because Elon, like he made this sacrifice of time to create this space and to let me share my story. So please, if anyone have a question, drop a DM. My DMs are always open, and I will always answer you no matter what. If you're open for collaboration, always like DM me with your idea. There is Chain Letter here. He's listening. He's a great poet, and he DM'd me, and we'll be creating a collaboration soon. So anyone who have an idea of a collaboration, I'm always ready. If you are an artist and you want an advice as well, like DM me. I will give you my knowledge. I will share my knowledge with you. And that's it. Stay tuned for my project. It will be like beneficial for you or the people you love, and for the community, for the charity. So be part of this. Be like, help me make the world a better place for everyone. And thank you so much. That was it.
thanks a lot, PICA. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Tomorrow we have Deadbot Nation. Wednesday we got the Schleim Buddies, and Thursday we have Comarts. So it's going to be a good week coming up. I might squeeze in an artist here and there in the middle of the week. We have to figure it out how everything's going to go. But I want to thank everybody for coming here. PICA, thank you once again. Everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday, depending on whatever time zone you're in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Love you.